Good morning to all. Am I audible to all?
Yes.
Audible. Okay. Because again, today's Institute Internet is not working, so connected through my mobile. So just I wanted to check whether I am audible or not. Okay. I am sharing my screen and then tell me whether you are getting that screen or not. Is my screen visible to all?
Yes, sir, visible.
It is visible. Okay. So today we will discuss how to do experiments with Node MCU. In our initial lectures, I told you that you should purchase the Node MCU to perform experiments at your home. So this is a low cost device which you can purchase costing around 300 rupees. So Node MCU has, if you look at, it has a two different name. One is a node. This node means it is acting as a Wi-Fi node. So if you look at here, this is a microstrip antenna on this chip, and this is ESP8266 Wi-Fi chip. Is it screen is visible to all of you?
Yes.
It is visible. Okay,
Yes,
because
sir.
I'm getting some message here, bad network, so that's why I asked you. So this is ESP8266 Wi-Fi node, so it's a node, and another one is a MCU. MCU means, all of you know, microcontroller unit. Microcontroller unit, that means this node MCU is combining two things. One is a microcontroller, another one is Wi-Fi unit. So it has two things in the same device. So it supports Wi-Fi 802.11bgn standard. It operates on a frequency 2.4 gigahertz. It has one analog input pin. It has 13 digital I/O pins, and all these digital I/O pins has alternate functions like UART, I2C, SPI. All of you know full form of all these. UART means Universal Synchronous Asynchronous Receive Transmit. I2C means Inter-Integrated Circuit. SPI means Serial Peripheral Interface. So some of the pins are having a dual function. It has USB, micro USB support for a power, programming and debugging. It supports both. It supports MicroPython, so whatever you are learning in Python will be useful to you for the MicroPython programming, and it also supports Arduino programming environment. So either you can use MicroPython or you can use Arduino. I will show you both the techniques during this course. This is a Node MCU pin diagram. So if you put your chip and if you put antenna on the top side, then on the left side the first pin is ADC0 input, so A0 pin, where you can connect all analog signals. So all sensors you can connect here, like if you have a temperature sensor or a pressure sensor, weight sensor, flow sensor, light sensor, so whatever the sensors you are having, you can connect with a A0 pin. So there is only one analog pin available in this Node MCU. There are different versions of Node MCU is coming. One is the 32-bit version is also coming, which is having a more number of pins, ESP32. So in that Node MCU, you will get more number of analog channel. But for this course, one analog channel is sufficient, because one by one you can connect all the sensors and do the experiments. On this right side, if you look at, there are digital pins available. And the name of digital pins are again same as it was there in the Arduino. So you can see here D0 pin, D1 pin, D2 pin. So these are the digital pins. So it is up to D4. After D4 there is a power supply 3.3 volt and ground. After this power supply and ground pin D5, D6, D7, D8, D9, D10. And then after again ground and 3.3 volt pin is given. Suppose if you require a power and ground as a multiple connection, then more number of pins are given here. Now very important thing that you should note here is that D0 is basically GPIO 6, that is general purpose input output 6. So D0 is not GPIO 0, that you should take care. D1 is not GPIO 1, it is a GPIO 5. So every time whenever you are referring to GPIO, you have to refer to this pin diagram. If you are writing a program to give a signal to GPIO 5, then that hardware should be connected at D1 pin. GPIO 5, that does not mean D5. So there is a very biggest difference here that you should take note of it. Otherwise, you will made a mistake for a hardware connections. So all these are the GPIO pins, general purpose pins, and few general purpose pins have a alternate function. Like for example, GPIO 13 has alternate function of RxD2, that is receive data 2. Then GPIO 15 has alternate function of transmit data 2. GPIO 3 is having alternate function of Rx data 0. GPIO 1 is having alternate function of transmit data 0. So there are more than one UART available in this chip, and that UART is known as this is a UART 0, which has a TXD 0 pin, RxD 0 pin. This is UART 2, which is having a RxD2 and TXD2 pin available with that. So it has a UART, it has a ADC, one more. If you look at here, SCLK, it is basically a serial clock. Then MISO, master input, slave output. MOSI, that is master output, slave input. So these are the pins given for serial peripheral interface purpose. On this side, if you look at, this is enable pin, this is a reset pin. So whenever you press reset button available on Node MCU board, basically it will supply a reset signal at this particular pin. You also have some interrupt pins available here. So this interrupt pin you cannot utilize as a general purpose input output, but you can utilize it as an interrupt. If you want to provide interrupt to the processor, then you can use it. So this is overall Node MCU pin diagram. It is very much useful whenever you want to connect any hardware with Node MCU. So, is there any doubt in this diagram? Or is it clear? Am I audible? Or this slide is visible? I will, check it frequently because today my internet connection is slow.
Yes, sir.
It is working. Okay, fine, good. Any question?
સર આમાં D4 પિન જે છે એમાં TXD1 આપ્યું છે ટ્રાન્સમિટ માટેનું યુઝ તો એમાં પાછું 1 નું રિસીવ નથી આપ્યું તો ઈ કઈ રીતને યુઝ કરવાનું આપણે
Okay, your question is that USART 1 doesn't have a receive pin, is it so?
yes
USART 1 basically because we will be connecting our USB cable with this node MCU. So normally for programming purpose we will be using USART 0 and USART 2. So basically that we have in a node MCU there is a USB connector is there. So whenever you will connect with your PC or a laptop, you will send a signal from your laptop or PC to node MCU. So for that purpose, receiving purpose, that pin is being used. So for a programming to send the signals outside world, we will be basically using the USART 0 and USART 2, because USART 1 we are basically using for the programming purpose. Correct? Okay. So now let me show you one sample first program. All of you know that for electronics engineer, hello world program means blinking a LED program. So this is a typical hello world program which will test your board. So whenever you purchase the board, this is the first program you should run on your node MCU to check whether your board is in working condition or not. So we have a internal LED available in node MCU which is connected with a pin number 2, that is GPIO2. Now please take care, this is GPIO2, that means your LED is connected with GPIO2, that means D4 pin. So your internal LED is connected with a D4 pin. Then this is a void setup. This is instructions all of you are very much familiar because in the last semester you use Arduino board, and in Arduino board you use Arduino IDE, same IDE you have to use to program this node MCU. So this setup, all of you know that this is useful to initialize the pins. So pin mode and then LED pin comma output, that means this pin we want to declare initialize as an output pin. So this pin number GPIO2 or a D4 pin, that will be initialized as an output pin. And then inside this void loop, what you will do, simple job, digital write LED pin high, then delay of 1 second, digital write LED pin comma low, and delay of 1 second. So simply it will blink internal LED, and if it is blinking, then your node MCU is in working condition. Right? So it is a very simple program. Is there any difficulty in understanding this program? All of you have already done it during your last semester, so you must be familiar with this. Only instead of uploading this program on Arduino board, we will upload this program on node MCU board. There is no other difference. So all of you are okay with this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Bye. Then this is another program which will read the sensor data. All of you know that it has an analog A0 pin available in node MCU, and if you want to read some sensor data, then you will be connecting sensor with A0 pin. So this is a typical circuit diagram which is shown here, where LDR is there. Whenever light falls on the LDR, all of you know that the resistance will reduce. When resistance will reduce, the output voltage will reduce because R1 is constant. So impedance Z of LDR will reduce, and because of this voltage divider action, what you will get here in the output will be equal to V output is equal to 5 into resistance of LDR divided by resistance of LDR plus 100K. So this 100K is constant. The LDR value is changing, so naturally your output voltage will change because of this voltage divider bias. If it is a dark condition, no light on the LDR resistance will be higher, so in that case you will get a higher voltage output. So output voltage will change depending on the input light condition. So this is what we is an LDR sensor which we are connecting. So this output will be connected with A0 pin of node MCU. So now we declare that LED pin equal to 2, that means it is nothing but your internal LED. Light pin equal to 0 because it is your A0 channel. And inside the setup, this LED pin we declare as an output. Then we declare one more thing, serial dot begin. So we want to display light condition also on a serial port. So we describe serial dot begin into bracket 9600. So 9600 is the baud rate at which the serial communication will take place. Then this is a loop. In a loop, actually what we do here is a light data we want to read. So we use the function analog read. So this analog read function will read the data available on A0 pin. On A0 pin we have connected a LDR sensor. So we call it as a light pin. If you are connecting temperature sensor there, you can also call it as a temperature pin. If you connect there earthquake sensor, you can call it as a earthquake pin or whatever the sensors. Depending on that you can give the name. Ultimately that you should have to equate to 0 because it is a analog channel 0. Then we want to print that data serially. So we print that. We first of all we read the data, we put it into some variable light data, and then serial dot print line light data. So it will print the light data onto the serial monitor. Then we put the condition that if light data is greater than 500, then we want to make LED on. So we say digital write LED pin comma high, and then we print the message that there is a dark condition because light data is greater than 500 means more voltage is available. More voltage available, that means there is no light on the LDR, and there is no light on the LDR, so we want to switch on the light. So that's why we say LED high and print the dark condition. Then else, if the light data is less than or equal to 500, then we don't want to glow the LED because sufficient light is there, and we will display the message bright. So this is a very simple program which will read the sensor data and control output devices. Is there any problem in understanding this program?
No, sir.
Okay. So what I will do, I will explain you all this program first, and then I will also demonstrate you, if possible, through my laptop web camera. I will show you the board, and then I will also show you the demonstration how to upload this program, and if possible I will show you the demonstration also. Okay. Now one more thing is that the previous two things you can also do with the Arduino board. Then what is the difference between Arduino board and Node MCU? The difference is here that in a Node MCU we have a Wi-Fi connected. So if you want to control the devices through your Android phone or through your any device which supports the web browser, so that means you want to control your devices through web applications, through laptop or a PC or some other device like your tablet, then in a Node MCU it is possible because we have a Wi-Fi unit available on the Node MCU. So this is actually a typical web application which I have written. This is actually mobile screen, and there are buttons are given. So for a simplicity I have put 3 buttons, red, green and blue, and one for internal LED. This program I would like to demonstrate with all of you. First of all I will do the demonstration, and then after I will explain you the program. So this is actually its program. I am uploading that first of all in my board, and then I will show you that board after uploading of this particular program. So I have connected my Node MCU with PC, and after connection, what I will get here is port. So here my Node MCU is connected with port number COM8. Then in a Arduino you were selecting a board as a Arduino, Uno or Nano depending on your board. But in Node MCU, in this list, Node MCU 1.0 will be available. If it is not available, later on also you can install it. You will get easily from the website, and you can add corresponding zip file, and you will be able to add this board into your Arduino IDE. So this Node MCU 1.0 ESP12E module you have to select from the board manager. Is it visible to you, all of you? At present, I have selected.
No, sir. The slide is
No,
not
sir.
changed.
It will come later because connection is somewhat slow, so it will come there. હવે આવે છે Arduino IDE દેખાયું?
ના સર હજી નથી દેખાતું.
Okay, so what I will do, I will stop sharing and then share it again. So maybe it will be visible to you. Now all of you are getting?
હા સર હવે
હવે
આવી ગયું.
દેખાયું ને? Okay,
Yes, sir.
good. So what you have to do, you have to click on these tools, then on this port, and ensure that your Node MCU is connected. So it will display the port number here. So that port number you have to select. Then from the tools menu, you have to select the board. So by default, if you in your last semester, if you have done a program using Arduino, Uno or Nano, it will be there. But then you have to change the board. So initially, you may have a Arduino, Uno or Nano there. But what you have to do here is you have to select Node MCU board. So you have to select Node MCU 1.0 ESP12E module. Is it visible there? Node MCU 1.0 ESP12E.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that you have to select. Okay. And then simply compile and upload. So if you click on this upload, then it will also compile as well as it will upload program to the Node MCU board. So at present you can see the message here, it is compiling the program. Meanwhile it compiles, I will explain you this program. Here I have written device control with Android app and Node MCU. Red LED is connected with GPIO 5. GPIO 5 is basically pin D1. Then green LED is controlled by GPIO 2. GPIO 2 is pin D6. Blue LED is controlled by GPIO 4. GPIO 4 is basically pin D2 on the Node MCU board. Then we have to include one file here, ESP8266wifi.h. Now you can see here compilation is okay, done, and now it is uploading your program. So it is writing at different memory locations, and it will also display the percentages here. So here this is the header file which we need to include. So this header file is having all the functions related to the Wi-Fi. Then we create a object of class Wi-Fi client. So we create a client object of Wi-Fi client class. We give the server at port number 80. So we define a server object of Wi-Fi server class. Then we define SSID India. So my Wi-Fi available at present with me is India. So I have given the name India. And then my password is APEC2004. So I have given the password. So whenever you do your program, what you have to do, you have to change this SSID as well as your password. So you have to give a hotspot from your mobile phone, and whatever the hotspot SSID is there, you have to write the same SSID here. and your hotspot password, if you have not given any password, then it is compulsory to give the password. So you give some password and then the rhymes write the same password here. Then all these pins are defined here. Whatever the pins we were saying, 12, 5 and 4, we have defined here that green is equal to 12, blue is equal to 4, red is equal to 5 and internal LED is equal to 2. The 2 means D2 pin and internally GPIO 2 pin and internally it is a pin number D4. 5 means GPIO 5 pin, internally on the board it is a pin D1 is written on the board, right? So this is how you are defining the green, blue, red and simple internal LED. Then inside the setup, serial.begin 115200. So this is the baud rate at which we are communicating message to serial monitor. So let me call here this serial monitor. I will click on this serial monitor and then let me press the reset button on the Node MCU board. Then it will start connecting with the Wi-Fi. So now my Node MCU is connected with a local IP. It has an IP address of 192.168.1.101. So the same IP you have to give at mobile application. So at this point you have to give this IP. Now I will try to stop the sharing of the screen and I will be sharing my video so that if possible I will show you the demonstration. Let me attach another camera because this camera is giving some problem. Due to poor internet connection, I think there is some problem in streaming the camera output. Let me see if there is another way. Is this Node MCU board visible to you?
No, sir.
It's not visible because maybe, so what I will do, I will prepare a, offline one video and then upload it in this Microsoft Team. That will be, I think, much better because of the internet speed. Actually, it is not streaming. There is some streaming problem available. So what I will do, I will prepare a separate video and then I will upload it later. Okay, actually let me use one more other techniques if possible. What I will do, I will start a camera app and then maybe from that is it possible. Let me check whether it's so what I will do, I will share the screen. That's another job that we can do. Now are you getting this Node MCU board? Some video. Is it visible or some flickering is taking place?
No, sir.
It's not visible. Okay.
No, sir.
Let me share the screen again. Now
Yes.
now visible, but flickering is coming, right? Regularly some flickering is there. So here what I have done, I have connected this RGB LED with the different terminals of Node MCU board, right? And then I will start application on my mobile phone and then we will show you. So in this phone actually there is the application called Node MCU application. So I have started that application. Now you can see whatever the screen I have shown to you, it's available here. Of course you will get the mirror image. Okay, I will try to show you, original image. At present it is a mirror image. So I will stop my camera now and I will start sharing my mobile screen. Okay. Are you getting screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
So,
you have to
have
write
to write
here the IP address which we get it from there, right? So what I will do here,
here,
I will
we
write the
write
IP
the
address. Right, so like
So
this I
like
have
this, I
to
have to
write the
write
IP
the IP
address. Then click
then
on
click on
OK.
OK.
Once you
Once
click
you
on
click-
OK, that means now your device is ready. Now,
Now,
whenever I
whenever
will
I
click on this
on
red
this
on button, the red LED will be
will be
on. When I
when I
click on
click on
red
red
off,
off,
red LED
red
will
LED
be
will
off. Green
green
on,
on,
green off, blue on,
on,
blue off, and
and
so on. Is it okay?
is it okay?
So ultimately, in this screen, these are the buttons which you can use to control the devices. Instead of let's say instead of making LED on or LED off, if you want to turn on or off some electrical device, then what you should do? So that is assignment for you, right? So you think how to connect electrical devices with microcontroller pins. All of you have already done during last semester.
Through relays. Sir.
Yes, through relays. Yes, perfect. So you have to use some relay driver board, or simply if you have a one relay, you can use a transistor to drive that relay, and instead of LED, you will be able to control the electrical devices. If you do not want to use electromagnetic relay, then nowadays solid state relay is also coming, which has a solid state devices, much more life compared to the electromagnetic relay. Compact as well as more life, both the advantages are there for a solid state relay. So that solid state relays you can use to control the electrical devices. Now this APK, you will require to install this application in your mobile phone. So I have uploaded this application on the in this team. I will show you that screen. So on this laboratory section and in a file section, this is uploaded. So all related experiments related to Node MCU will be uploaded here. So I will try to upload one document now. This Node MCU device control APK is for that purpose. So you can download this APK into your mobile and then just install it. Then you have to give the permission to install the unknown sources, right? So one APK is available here, Node MCU device control. So when you will install this APK, you will get the similar screen which I have shown to you here. Same screen you will get. And then you have to upload some program on the Arduino. So this is the program which you require to upload on the Arduino board. So that program is also placed here. If it is not there, just I will upload that also. Okay, at present that program is not here, so I will upload that also. It is a this device control web, not web page, but it is a LED control app program. So it is an Arduino file which I am uploading it here. So there are two programs. One you have to upload onto the Node MCU board, and another one you have to install in your mobile phone. So application you will be installing in your mobile phone, and this Arduino program you will be uploading in your Node MCU board. And then after you connect both to some Wi-Fi point, and then you will be able to control the devices. Okay, I think our program was something like this. So we are also getting a display of different devices connected. I will also show you possible the serial monitor. And you can see here the address is 192.168.1.101. The same address you have to specify in your mobile phone application. And on a mobile phone, whenever I will be putting red LED on or a blue LED on or whatever the LED messages will be there, it will be able to control the devices from your Node MCU. You can also see the messages coming here on this serial monitor screen. So whenever I am making a green LED on, it is coming green on, green off. Whenever I make blue on, blue off. So all these messages are coming here. Test LED on, test LED off. So these messages are also coming here.
Sir, screen.
With this. Okay, your screen is not
Sir,
visible.
screen is not visible.
Okay, screen sharing. So let me screen share it again. Screen sharing is there, but I don't know why it is not coming. I will share it again. Now is it coming?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I have connected my mobile phone with the same Wi-Fi where this Node MCU is connected. So whenever I press red on button, it is coming red on. At the same time, red LED is becoming on. Red off, when I press, it makes red off, and then corresponding red LED will become off. Green on, then green LED will turn on. Green off, that means green LED will turn off. Blue on and blue off, like this. Test LED on, test LED off. So same message also I am getting here. So corresponding devices will become on off, and corresponding messages will also be displayed here. So this is a very simple program. All these pins are declared as an output pin. Then we use digital write command to make all these pins initially low. Then we connect the Wi-Fi using connect Wi-Fi function. Server.begin, so server will start. Whenever server is available, that means whenever your mobile phone is connected, your Node MCU is on, at that time it will check the commands. If the command is read on, it will send digital high signal to the red LED. So LED will become on. When we say the command red off, it will send digital write, red low, so red LED will become off. So it is a very simple if else statement. Right? If green on, then corresponding green LED will become high. Green off, that means green LED corresponding signal will become low, and so on. So this is for all the devices. You can later on add more number of devices with the same pattern, right? And whatever this message, whatever the command, we also send it through the serial port. So that's why it is displayed on the serial monitor. So this is actually a connect Wi-Fi function where it is using SSID and password. So whatever the SSID and password you define here, the same SSID and password will be utilized to connect your Node MCU with a Wi-Fi access point. And after that connection, initially some dots were displayed. So until connection is not made, or it will show you dot dot dot, something like that. And then once it is connected with the Wi-Fi, you will get the message Wi-Fi connected, and then it will also display Node MCU local IP message there. So ultimately what you will get here is a Wi-Fi local IP address will be displayed there, and then after your Node MCU will be connected with the Wi-Fi, and the same message also you will be getting here on the serial monitor. So if I reset my Node MCU again what it will do, it will display the dot dot dot, and then after, once it is connected with the Wi-Fi, it will display the message Wi-Fi connected, node MCU local IP is 192.168.1.101. So by this, I think you will be able to connect the node MCU. I will show you the more demonstration of few more experiments in our next lecture. So if in this today's session, if you have any doubt, I will start the interaction session now. You can ask me if you have any doubt.